Before we start off with this objective, we're going to talk about set notation, or basically how to write sets. Okay, notation. So that is one way to illustrate our objective. So with set notation, let's start off with, of course, last time with a universal set. But instead of saying just even numbers, I am going to list off the items. So I'm going to start with -4, -2, 0, 2, and then 4. And I'm going to close it there. So the capital letters will denote set. It will denote a set. And the curly braces, right over here, will list off the items here, the unique items here. But the proper name for each of these are elements. So take note of that. List of elements. There you go. I'm going to get a subset for our universal set. So I'm going to put it as A because that's how we write it. Then let's say I'm going to get -2, 0, and 2. And notice that each time I write off an element, they are separated by a comma. Now, how do we say that 2 is inside of A? We will use this symbol. It's like an E. There you go. So 2 is an element of, so this one denotes element of, there you go, A. But we don't write the set first before the element. It's not like saying A is an element of 2. What you're saying with that is the A here, the whole set of A, is inside of 2. That's a big no-no. So we don't write it like that. You say the element first. Is it an element of? Then the set. What if I grab one of the elements from our universal set? Let's say +4. Is it going to be an element of A? No. So we're going to denote that or illustrate that by just using the same thing, but we cross it out. So this one denotes not an element of. There you go. Of A. Next up, you have union and intersection. I just want you to see the symbols for this, but I won't talk about it now, but in the next video, I will tell it. So this is union, and this is intersection. What I'm interested in is this one. I'm going to get set A again, and what I'm going to do is put a apostrophe. This one is what you call complement. Complement of that set A. Okay. So what does it say? It says that it is everything but that set. What is our everything? It is our universal set, but we should remove things that are inside of set A. So the only thing that we're going to list off here are -4 and +4 because we have removed -2, 0, and 2. So it's just saying what are those not in A. So going back with our set notation, capital letters will denote a set. We're going to use curly braces to list off the elements. There are other ways to list it off, but since this is for grade 7, I am not going to talk about it. In the future video, maybe in set theory, I will talk about the more nuanced way of set notation. Then, of course, each element will be separated by a comma, and you have the symbol, an element of, not an element of. You have the union and intersection. We're going to use that in between two sets. So we just have two sets here. What is the union of A? Union of our universal. Same thing with intersection. We're going to need two sets. A intersection of our universal set. We're going to answer this in the next video. So that's it. End.